Right, so welcome back this week. I appreciate you coming in. I know that you have some concerns about your anxiety. You have a lot of big changes coming up,
Yeah.
and I just want to touch base with you and talk to you about that, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I recently got offered a full-time job, which I took because after our last discussion, like a week or maybe 2 weeks ago, I needed the growth and I needed to just kind of take the plunge. But now I have a lot of anxiety about it, and I don't think I'm dealing with it very well because I'm just like ignoring it completely, which isn't really. I mean, it's fine for the 10 minutes where I'm just kind of like, oh, it's fine, whatever. But then it comes back. It's not like I don't get rid of it. And I don't really know what to do because I don't really want to deal with it, but I know I have to, but I don't want to either. So I'm really, I don't know what to do.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations on the job. I know that was something that you were excited because of the growth. Talking about solely the anxiety, you are at this place where you want to deal with it because you want to be able to effectively cope. It's just trying to find ways to do that and avoid ignoring it like you have been.
And it's getting a little out of hand, and like I want to do something about it because I mean when I ignore it, it doesn't do anything for me. It's just it's like a little bit of nothing's there, and then suddenly I get hit with it again.
So you see that when you ignore it, it never really goes away. It surfaces back up again.
Yeah.
So you want to find a way that maybe not gets rid of it completely, but so it doesn't like resurface throughout the day.
Yeah, even if just a little bit less would be great.
Mm-hmm. So in the past, have you ever been in a similar situation where you've had some big change and you've felt this anxiety in a similar way?
I mean, I don't know if I can pinpoint an exact time because I mean I'm just a relatively anxious person. It just depends situation by situation. I know last semester when I was starting to apply for jobs, that was causing me anxiety, and I was meditating every night before bed, and that helped. Like I was sleeping really well. I kind of got out of that habit. But yeah. Other things. I mean, I've always found ways to cope with it. I mean, maybe not necessarily healthy, like because I'll ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the only one I can really think of right now is when I was applying for jobs, and when we talked about that whole, when I was kind of like I didn't know what to do, if I should keep applying or not. And
Okay, so you have successfully used meditation as a way to cope, which is great. You already have all the skills necessary, something that you're comfortable with, something that you have experience with, which is awesome. What would it look like now, looking forward, using maybe meditation as a way of coping with anxiety now?
It'd probably be better. I mean, I haven't been sleeping horribly, but I mean, there's I'll wake up at least once a night, which when I did meditate, I was pretty much out all night. The only downside I see to it is it's really hard for me to meditate because of my anxiety. I have things constantly going on, so it takes so much effort, and that's usually why I don't want to do it because I'm like, I'm going to lay here and be like, it's even if it's for like 7 minutes, it's forcing myself to do that, and it's not a fun thing. But then I also like the benefits I get from it. So like I would like it, but I would also hate it at the same time. Yeah.
So during meditation, it's almost like being able to sit still with your thoughts almost brings about more anxiety in the moment because you're sitting there quiet and your thoughts are just running. And on the other hand, there are benefits like a good night's rest, which can be helpful, we know, in our day-to-day lives, getting that good amount of sleep.
Yeah, that and the meditation app I use, I log in what I'm feeling that day and they recommend things, and some of them are dealing with anxiety-ish things, and they make me, it's guided, so it's not as just me sitting there, thank God, because I couldn't do it, but it helps. But even then, like when I catch myself drifting, I get mad, and I'm like, no, you need to be doing this, you're not doing it right. And I feel like I put pressure on myself to be doing it correctly and that can take away some benefit from it, but then I sleep really well.
Mm-hmm. So on the one hand, it's hard to be present in the moment of meditation because you think things like, am I doing this right? And then you have all your other thoughts. And at the same time, you know that there are benefits to it.
Yeah.
So aside from meditation, if you were to look forward in your life and there were areas where the anxiety wasn't there, what do you think that would look like?
If I didn't have anxiety, I could probably be more in the moment because I often find myself just like distracted by my own worries and just random things that, I mean, and you know, most of the time there was a picture I saw explaining my anxiety and I really related to it of like, you're just sitting there with a dog gnawing on your leg and the dog is your anxiety and like, you're just sitting there like, I know this is ridiculous, I don't know why I'm worrying about this, but it's still happening. So if I didn't have that, that'd be awesome. I'd be really happy about it. I don't know how else I could get rid of it.
So it sounds like it's something that's really important to you to get rid of. It's just finding the steps in how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about other ways, aside from meditation, that you might be able to cope with anxiety?
I mean, I have, like when I was younger, I was on like medication for it to just kind of help stabilize me, which was fine, but I didn't want to be on medication anymore because I was like, that didn't feel right for me. Like, I was like, so I stopped. And like, I've gotten better with coping at, like, I used to be a lot worse, like, and I realized that, like, it was unmanageable, but now, I think I just need to find some new ways, maybe you could help me with that, maybe aside from meditation, because I mean, I can try it again, like, I can force myself, but maybe there's another one way that's even better.
So you don't want to do the medication, but I would definitely be open to helping explore options, other ways to cope, if that sounds like something you'd like to do in the next session.
I really need help with that, yeah.
All right, well, thank you for coming in, and we will brainstorm next week on some ways to work on that.
Thank you.
All right.